Hello, good morning. Who did?
Good morning.
Good morning, who did? Good to see you early today.
Oh,
Happened
yes.
to you? Te caíste de la cama.
Uh-huh. See, yes.
Oh, that's good. I mean, that's not good that you te caíste de la cama, but it's good that you're early today. Hello, Karina. Good morning. Miss Karina, are you there? Buongiorno, signorina. ¿Cómo stai? Karina? Mm.
Aquí ando, relájese. Good
Ah,
morning.
no, pues está bien. Yo digo, pues, okay. I say whatever.
Mhm.
And you saying cheers with my coffee.
Okay, that's nice.
All right, thank you for being here really on time.
Always early.
You were here 8:55. That means a lot. All right, let's wait for the rest. Wait for the rest. 8:59 right now. All right, Karina, how was your week? Tell me about your week.
Well, very relaxed. I stay home this week.
Well, it was very relaxed. Remember to use a subject.
What?
It was very relaxed.
It was very relaxed. It
Yes.
was very relaxed.
You didn't do anything special?
Mm,
Just work.
in home office.
You what? Maybe?
I was in home office this week.
Oh, okay. What
Okay.
about you, Judith? How was your week?
My week is exciting.
It was exciting or is it still exciting?
It's exciting
Ah, nice. Why? What did you do?
because I didn't make to my work
Your work?
my work.
What?
¿Cómo? How you say sin pendiente de trabajo?
Oh, okay. So you don't have any pending for work from work?
Okay, sí.
No pending.
At the pending.
No
No,
pending.
no pending.
Right. No work pending.
No work pending.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, good. It's good that you have an
I
exciting week. So you finish with everything, right? Right, Patty is here. Patty, good morning.
Good morning, teacher.
How are you?
Fine.
Great. Fine.
Yes.
Fine. Okay.
Thank
How was your week?
That was awkward.
Awkward, white. Awkward or
Uh,
awkward?
yeah, awkward.
Oh, okay. Why? What happened?
I don't know. Yesterday was a chaos.
Well, you were too busy or hectic?
No, really chaos.
Oh, okay. Well, I have a new word for you. Today is hectic. Have you heard it? ¿Han escuchado? Hectic.
No,
No.
No, first time. Hectic days when you are like
Yes.
super busy and you go there, you go over there, You do this. It's like crazy.
Okay.
Hectic. It's like crazy, a crazy busy day. Like, too much. That's a new word for your vocabulary. I think I see America. Yes, America is here too. Good morning, America.
Good morning, teacher. How are you?
I'm great. How about you?
Fine, thank you.
Great, good, good. How was your week, America?
Oh, my week was very um, fast, fast and heavy.
Fast? Why?
Yes,
Many activities?
many activities. Yes.
What did you do?
Oh, because one day I go to the vaccine for the vaccine.
Oh, you got the vaccine, the shot?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I registered for the shot. The shot, remember the shot, it's the same like the vaccine.
Okay.
I
Yes,
registered.
in many activities with my kids.
Oh, nice. Okay.
They are not my sons. No, it's my students that I help with her homeworks.
Okay. You're also a teacher, right? Or not?
Yes, for her homeworks. I
Oh,
help I help them.
you help him out with homework, but you are not a teacher.
Now in this moment now.
Okay, just a housewife. Okay.
Yes.
All right. And I see also Claudia. I think it's Claudia, right?
Good morning, everybody.
Good
I'm
morning,
going to
Claudia.
change the name.
Yeah, that's
My,
why you're Claudia, not Evelyn. Is you Evelyn too?
my Evelyn is my daughter,
Okay, okay.
but I don't know. Always appear her name
That's when you get connected. You get to your name. Um,
before connected.
before, yes.
Okay, I'm going to try.
All right, good.
But now there are some options here
Uh-huh.
that always that I need to connect to a video call.
Yes.
I need to change my name. Rename is the
Rename.
option. Yes.
Yes. All right. How was your week, Claudia?
Excellent, teacher. A lot of work. I was checking the students that didn't send activities
Uh-huh.
in this periodo. How do you say periodo? I don't know.
Well,
And
it would be the same period.
and it's hard because I am working in WhatsApp groups. They their fathers send me the, their activities,
The parents.
their parents, yes, and from messenger too.
All
So
right.
it's hard, yes. But only the student that didn't work, that never work in the
Uh-huh.
year.
Right, right. I know how it is. So
It's an
you are,
opportunity for they.
yes. No, no, as I was saying, you are also a teacher, right?
Yes, I'm a teacher, mathematics teacher.
Oh,
You
math?
know, the
Yes.
students maybe 80% of the students hate mathematics. I don't know why, but
Well,
I think it's very interesting. Very interesting.
yeah, well, math, it's just a short word for mathematics.
Mathematics.
More common in the language. But it's fine. I mean, I never liked math, but I always try. I mean, I wasn't bad, but
Yes.
I wasn't the best either. So, all right. I see Rosa Isela is also here. Hi, Rosa Isela. Good morning. Rosa Isela.
Hi. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm great, thank you. A little tired.
Hey, how was your week?
It was okay, I think.
You think? What did you do?
Exhausted. We have a lot of work. A busy week.
Okay, that's good. I think everybody's going back to school, right? Face to face. No more online classes. That's what I know. I am not quite sure.
Mhm.
For public.
Well, that say the news. The
Mhm.
news are saying that we'll back, no? We'll be back
You go back, yes.
on June, but we are not sure. It depends from the school. But I'm not excited for this. I want
No,
to stay at home.
it should be more fun. Like seeing people socialize with students, it's a different world. I mean, I don't like to be here all day long using the computer. Well, it depends, right? Depends because sometimes you have many things to do at home. That's why.
Yes,
All
now
right. Yeah.
now I don't want to return to the school.
You wanna go back?
I want to stay at home.
That's one of the parts I used to love when I was working for SEP. I mean, to commute, the commute, to take a combi, because it was a rural area. The
No,
school was at the
no,
beach, and I love it. I love it.
yeah, yeah, but it's different, no?
Yeah, now it's different. That was 2 years ago. All right, cool. Thank you, Rosicela. What about you, Miss Areli? Good morning. Hello, hello. Areli, are you there? Knock, knock.
Yes, teacher.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you, teacher. And you?
I'm great. At least I try. We need. Okay. Well, good morning. Please. Thank you. If you can tell us about yourself. Thank you. Those are manners, right? I guess you know manners. It's lesson 8. Hold on, please. Do you know this term? Well, I just mentioned an example. When you say good morning, right? Please, thank you. We have many, many ways when we have good manners. And bad manners. So today our learning objective We are going to learn many different kinds of behaviors. Okay, who was the first getting connected? It was Judith. The first time Judith gets connected. The first time in 10,000 years. Hi Judith, are you there? Ya se fue, ya se durmió. Judith? Buongiorno, signorina. Tutto bene? ¿Dónde estás? Judith?
I am here.
Ah, yes, you're there. No te veo. Cerraste la ventana, pues. Okay. Give me an example of good manner from people, behavior. Judith, you know we have manners. Do you understand what I mean?
Like good morning and permission.
You say excuse me or why, right? Something students tells me when they don't understand something, they say, what? That's that manner. Never say,
Excuse me, I'm
excuse me.
sorry.
Yeah, that's what you always say, excuse me, and say, what?
Okay.
That's rude, that's not a good manner. Something else, Karina. Give me an example of good or bad manner.
Sorry. Good manner. I think, excuse me, can you help me with my homework? And bad manner, I think, hey, send me the homework. Now,
Yeah,
come on, guys. I kill you. I don't know. Something
right.
like that.
Well, sometimes among friends, it's okay when you are like with friends, right? You are like, you have you're in the environment to say, hey, you, let's say you are with Patty, you are very good friends, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
be formal. Excuse me, Miss Patty, can I borrow your pen? Something like that, right? You use that too much. Hey, Patty, give me your pen. I mean, it depends where you are.
Yeah.
The level of formality depends where you are. Like, for example, if you are in a party, let's say you go to a wedding, right? You go to a wedding, they give you nice plates, nice dishes, like food, but you don't get enough. You're still hungry, so you want more. My question is for everybody, will you ask for another plate, for another dish? Let's say you're in a formal wedding, it's nice, everything is fancy, elegant, you are dressed up, everything is nice, like super fancy. Like they say, it's fabulous, it's a fabulous wedding. So what things you shouldn't do in a wedding? What you shouldn't do in a wedding or in a party, in a formal party?
You can wear a white dress. You can wear.
Well, that's an etiquette for ladies,
Yes.
because the only one who wears white is the bride, right? But that should be more about etiquette than manner. What else? Something that you shouldn't do in a wedding or in a party. Picture.
Much.
Be rude.
Yes. What else?
Be rude.
Be rude.
Like
Who? Give me an example.
with the wife and the guy. Like a fire in the in the wedding, like conflicto, something like that.
Oh, like to argue with your partner or to your friend, right?
Yes.
Criticize, right? Criticize the party in general. Yes, yes, just criticizing the people, be criticizing the bride. Oh, her dress is like this, like that, or talking out loud. If you're in a big table, those round tables, right? Sharing the table with people and you are ha ha ha, I'm talking and being like almost screaming. What else? Anybody? Anybody wants to give me another example? Julio, are you there, Julio?
Yes, teacher.
Good morning. We
Good
are
morning.
talking about manners. Remember, we have good manners. I hope we have good manners and bad manners. Give me an example of good or bad manners. Okay, can you see the picture here? Yes?
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Okay, especially we teach our kids, right? We teach our kids since young age about that. How to use good manners, not bad manners, right? Because it doesn't look good on kids, especially the bad manners. Because when they had bad manners, it says a lot about the parents, right? But they don't behave in the right way. Okay, Karina is also here. I don't know what happened. Hold on, please. Okay, this is an example of can you see it?
Yes.
Yes, teacher.
Good manners. May I? May I come in? May I suggest something? Please, you always say please, excuse me, thank you, you're welcome, I'm sorry. Say please and thank you. That's what we teach our kids all the time, right? Say please and thank you. Be polite. Raise your hand when you want to say something. Follow the rules. Share with others. That is also something nice, right? Not to be selfish. And take turns. Some examples of bad manners. We have bad manners too, of course. Right? Someone who has good manners, it's we see that person that is nice, is educated, right? Maybe that person has good education from his parents. Mostly, remember, education comes from house, from home, from the family, not from the school, especially manners, right? Because parents start teaching kids since they can understand how to say, give me this, and say, please, say, thank you. In this case, we have some examples of bad manners. Okay. Julio, can you read letter A, please?
Yes. It's bad manners to laugh at others when they are in trouble.
Yes. Not to make fun, remember. Don't make fun when someone is in trouble.
Trouble.
That's not good. Like we say, make fun. You may fake, sometimes you make fun because you feel happy when someone else is in trouble. And that's not nice, right? I mean, you don't have to laugh, but if you are judging or saying something that you feel happy about that, well, that's not okay. Even though it's not your enemy. So remember, do not wish something for anybody that you don't want to be having in your life. Claudia, letter B, please.
Okay, teacher. It is bad manners to cut lines.
Okay, do you know what it means?
No, cut lines I know, but cut lines, cortar líneas, I don't know. What is the other mean?
What do you imagine? What do you imagine? What do you think? Cut lines.
Like maybe when I am with a person or two person and only I talk with one person and ignore the other one. I don't know what lines mean.
Not really, but good opinion.
Sorry, teacher. I don't know.
It's okay. And does anybody know to cut lines?
Probably when you end a friendship.
No. Do you know this verb or expression to make? Please make a line. It's very common.
Imperatives.
I understand. Yes.
Make a line. You're in the bank at the bank, or you're at the tortillas. Let's say tortillas. You make a line. Haces una cola, right? And you cut it, and tú te vas enfrente porque no quieres hacer la cola, right? That's to cut lines. You have to wait your turn, right?
It is very easy, teacher. Yes.
Yes. Remember to make a line. That's what we say in Mexico. But other places, they say línea. Haz línea. Haz línea, haz cola. We say here cola. I don't know why cola. I used to laugh when I got here. Cola? Well, I better not say anything. All right. Patricia. No, letter C, please.
It is bad manners not to give his seat to an old person or a lady.
Yes, that's true, right? You have to be polite. You have to be kind with all people. Good. Karina, letter D.
Letter D. Okay.
Next one.
It's bad manners to sit down when speaking to a lady or an old person.
Yes, that's this letter D is like an etiquette from, you know, from years ago. I mean, it's okay, but they used to do that, right? Speaking to someone who to speaking to an elderly person and be sitting down, so it was considered not nice. Nowadays is something different, right? Remember here, manners is always plural. Manners, manners, manners. Even though you are talking about singular, bad manners. Okay, letter E. Um, who did?
Okay. E. Letter E.
Mhm.
It's bad manner to enter other when they are talking.
Yes, to interrupt.
Interrupt.
What do you think about that, who did? Is that correct?
Interrupt is incorrect.
Of course, incorrect, right? When someone wants to give their opinions on when someone wants to speak at the same times, and you hear you say blah 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 blah. Wait, one by one.
Y no deja hablar a otra persona.
Right. So do not interrupt. Do not interrupt. If I am talking, let's wait and say, raise your hand or say something, but not just cut me off. Like
Okay.
that's rude. Okay.
Interrupt.
America. I don't see your names now, so I am trying just to remember.
Okay, letter F.
F.
It is bad manners to talk too much himself.
Also.
I would say here about yourself. Like you are always talking about you, your skills, only about you. It's not okay. Oh, I
Okay.
am like this. I like this. I hate this. Always talking about you, right? If
Yes.
you are socializing with people, try to avoid. If the other person asks you, it's okay. But if you are just like giving a speech about you, everything is about you is not okay. Try to be like humble, humilde.
Yes.
Why? Because you want to be the center of attention. I say, why? He's talking just about him. What happened? He's not,
Yes.
he's, right? So it's not nice. And then you pay attention. Why? Why this guy is just talking about himself? He's kind of weird. G, really, please.
G. It is bad manners to talk loudly or laugh loudly in public.
Yes. Well, sometimes depends on, but it doesn't look nice because if you are in a restaurant or in a club and somebody's ha 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 ha, I mean everybody's listening, right? And everybody looking at that person and they say, "Wow, what's going on? What's the joke about?" But some depends on the place, as I tell you. Remember the place where you are, on the place where you are. Like if you're in a club, in a dance club or in a bar, it's okay. They are there for fun, right? But if they are in a church or in a nice, quiet restaurant, that would look weird. But if you are in a restaurant, like in a sport restaurant where there's music and videos and everything, everybody's talking, so you don't care, right? Okay, let's do the last one. Gabby, is Gabby here? No, right?
No, teacher.
Okay, who's missing? Okay, who wants to read letter H? Any volunteers? H,
My teacher,
please go ahead.
is bad manners to speak with his mouth? I don't remember. Sorry. His mouth full of food when eating.
Yes, that's what we teach our kids, right? All the time. Do not speak when you have food in your mouth. Doesn't look nice. Okay, so that's the introduction of the theme, the topic. Remember, this is about behavior. That's what we teach our kids. That's what we do. That's what we, as people, do every day. To say good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I always try to tell students one common mistake they use, not you, all different levels. When you get to a place, you never say good night like in Spanish. Good night, teacher, how are you? No, never. Say good
Listening.
evening. Remember English? It's good evening. Evening, remember here, evening. That's when you say hello. That's a common mistake, and people tend to do it very often. Good night is just when you say bye, right? Or have a good night. I just need to mention this. Good night is just to say goodbye. You won't see that person anymore during the night until next day, or maybe because you go to sleep or whatever. So you say good evening when you get to the place. Buenas tardes. No, or even it's 9 o'clock, 10, anytime, good evening when you get to a place. Never say good night. Good night is only in Spanish. Buenas noches. Right? So that's a common mistake. So please try not to do it. It's because it's wrong, totally wrong. And sometimes you can see that in movies, especially in bilingual movies when they say good night. All right, let's continue, please. It was an introduction, the introduction of the topic. So we have manners, right? That's lesson B, manners. We have the building vocabulary and grammar. So we're going to listen some of these. We have 12, and we have a true or false. Pay attention to the bold words like cut in line, keep your voice down, bowing, shaking hands, and try to understand the words by the context, please. So it's, let me see. 24. Was that clear? The definition of manner, the examples of manners? Do you have any questions? Remember, sometimes we have manners and we have etiquette rules. Most of them come from, well, most of them come from society, right? Etiquette is different than manners. Like Rosicela mentioned an etiquette about the dress. That's not a manner, that's etiquette, but everybody knows about etiquette when you go to places. Like if you go to a restaurant, a fancy, expensive restaurant, you won't go with jeans and tennis shoes, right? And a t-shirt. Well, you will go like dress out with formal. The same is you go to church, you won't wear like shorts or shoes or tennis shoes. It's the same. Anyway, just to difference, to make difference between manners and etiquette. Touchstone 4. Give me 1 second. Okay, here you go, please. It's the sound, the audio is loading.
Page 24, Lesson B, Manners. 1. Building vocabulary and grammar. A. Listen. Are these statements about manners true in your country? Check true or false. 1.
Eating food on a subway or bus is bad manners.
2. It's rude to cut in line. 3.
You should try to keep your voice down in public.
4. You can offend someone by not bowing or shaking hands when you meet. 5.
People might stare at you for walking around barefoot.
6. Having an argument in public is considered bad manners. 7.
It's impolite to walk into someone's home without taking off your shoes.
8. Showing affection in public, holding hands or kissing, is inappropriate. 9.
You should try not to stand too close to people. It's considered rude.
10. It's acceptable not to tip cab drivers. 11.
You should be careful not to point at people.
12. It's customary to bargain with street vendors to get something cheaper, but it's not acceptable to do this in a store.
Okay, what do you think? Could you hear that? Could Could you listen to the all the sentences, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. Remember some of these events, like they say, depends on your country, your culture. Like some customs in Asia, let's say in Japan, China, it's quite different than some part of the Europe or America or the Arabs in Saudi Arabia and Dubai. Customs are different, right? Like some people say it's rude to see someone's directly to the eyes, like face to face. Anyway, and that's why it says in your country, Mexico. We're in Mexico. Mexico is our country. All right, eating food on a subway or bus is about manners. True or false?
True.
Depends.
Depends on what?
Si es atún, sí.
What? ¿Es atún porque huele? It's true. No, Karina. It's,
No. It's true.
it's true. Well, whatever you eat, if you are in a public transportation, it doesn't look good. Even if you're in the Acabus or in any bus or any public transportation, it's not okay to be eating for some people. If you are very like this, like you go with the rules and try to have a good manner. Number 2 is rude to cut in line.
It's true.
It's true. We just mentioned this to cut in line.
It's true.
There are people waiting, and you want to be in front.
In the bank, in the balcony.
Yes. All right. Number 3, you should try to keep your voice down in public.
True.
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 Yes. Do not scream. Do not yell and say out loud. Nobody wants to hear your conversation. Some people are like that. They are waiting in line, especially in this, and they're having a conversation about private things. So you're listening, you can hear everything. So that's not nice. So, well, I don't care.
You can offend someone.
False.
You can offend someone by not bowing or shaking hands when you meet.
False.
True.
Because it's Asian.
Is what, Marla?
It's false because bowing, like, wait.
You know
Because
what?
the bow is from Asia. And
That's why
here,
it's bowing or
yes.
shaking hands. Either one, bowing.
Or
Or
shaking hands.
okay.
Bowing is Oriental, it's from Asia. That is Chinese, Japanese. They
Asia.
make like a reverence. So say, good to meet you, like this. Like right now, we are with the pandemic. Shaking hand was not something that we have to do, right? We just bow. Or we have to use something different, just try to touch his hand with a fist, sorry.
This is
So it's true or false?
true.
Yeah, because if you don't do that, they would say that you are arrogant. Oh, nice to meet you. Well, I want to introduce you to Judith. And Judith is like this, just like standing, not doing anything, right?
Okay.
But it looks nice
But
if you shake hands or say hello.
but not now, teacher.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That now you cannot do that because we are in the pandemic. The pandemic. So, but you try to do something, acknowledge you are there, just wave, like wave like this. Hello. Good morning. Nice to meet you. Or about. 6. Having an argument in public is considered bad manners. Karina mentioned something about it. No, Patty. True or false?
True.
I don't understand the sentences.
What do you understand?
What means stare? People might stare.
Well, I keep correct. Skip number 5. People might stare at you for walking around food. Does anybody know this verb?
Yes.
Stare is like looking at you like directly, just like this. They are looking at you. That means stare. Yes, Karina? Stare is a verb that means like look at directly to you. Stare.
Acosar.
No,
No.
stare. I am staring you.
People is
Try to
true.
understand. Try to understand the meaning by the context. Stare, just looking at
Like
you.
focus on you.
Yes, focus on you.
Okay.
Focus on your person. Stare. Like when somebody is passing by your side, and you're staring like this.
Focus in your body.
Well, just focus on your person. Okay, let's do number 6. Having an argument in public is considered bad manners. Well, when they do this, people might stare at you for walking around food. Is true or false?
Is
True?
False, no?
It's true or false? Well, if you're in Acapulco, right? In Acapulco is different, but if you're in Mexico City barefoot, it's not the same. Depends on where you are. But it's not okay. It's not okay to walk barefoot. Maybe if you're in the beach, at the beach, right? You're allowed to be barefoot at the beach. Having an argument in public is considered bad manners.
is fall.
False?
Yes.
Depends. The situation and events.
Okay. Is speed.
We are talking about manners. Is good. If you say is false, it means a good manner to argue with someone. Let's say Claudia and her husband. They are in a restaurant talking, and they start talking about something about bills, and they are talking about something loud, and they don't agree. So it's nice.
Of course not, teacher.
Sería true.
Right. That's
True.
it's true. It's bad manner. Depends, also depends, like if you're talking about soccer, like the guys, or you're talking about politics, right? It's also an argument. Politics. Oh, I like Morena. I don't like Morena. I like Priyan. I like these blah, 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 blah. Like a discussion, right? A topic. Number 7. It is impolite to walk into someone's home without taking off your shoes.
True.
False.
And is true. Is Is false.
Is false or true?
Is
I think it's false, teacher.
false.
As I mentioned before, depends on where you are. In some places, I don't know about in Acapulco, some places they have,
Yepen.
yes? Yeah, in some houses they have a nice floor, is maybe it's wood, and at the entrance there are a place for shoes. So you see, when you see those, it's because they don't want the guests, the people, to wear shoes while they are in their home. So it's up to them. It's okay, you can wear them, it's okay. Why? Because it's nice wood, it's clean, it's
In
polished.
China do this, I think.
Yeah, in the United States too, in some places.
Oh,
So it's up to the owner.
Okay.
Why? Because they don't want the people to damage the floor. That's the only reason. But in the Oriental culture, it's because
It's a customer in Yepen.
yes. So this is depends, right? In Mexico,
No,
let's Mexico.
Mexico no, but Yepen sí, yes.
Yes, in Mexico it's okay. You don't have to take off your shoes. Okay, number 8.
Showy affection in power. Holding hands on
Showing affection in public, holding hands
oh,
or
true. Very true. Really true. True. I hate these things. It's uncommon.
Oh,
well, it's not a good manner, so it means it's a bad manner, right?
okay. Good manner.
But it just depends.
Is false.
I don't think it's a bad thing, like holding hands or kissing. Depends of the kiss. Depends on the kiss. Like if it's too much, because if you are with your partner, your husband, your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, a little kiss or holding hands is not okay. It's okay. So I would say this is false. This is false.
False.
No, this is true. It's inappropriate. All right, number 9. You should try not to stand too close to people. Very rude.
Is true.
It's true. Distance, especially now, right?
Okay.
Especially now.
True.
Keep your distance, your space. Like I hate when someone stands too close to me because I have my personal space around me, right? So I don't like it. I hate it when someone is like super close to me. Okay, hold on, please. It's acceptable not to tip cab drivers. Where in Mexico we don't tip. Well, do you tip cab drivers?
Okay.
Yes? No?
Yes.
Check.
Yes.
No, never.
Yeah, well, in Mexico City, yes or no? Depends. On Acapulco, we don't tip drivers, cab drivers. In the United States, yes, but we are talking about Mexico, so this could be true. You should be careful not to point at people, point out at people. Do you know this? Point at, point at. Do you know the meaning of point at?
Oh,
Hey, hey, that's Karina. Do you see that guy? Point,
señalar.
right?
Okay.
If you're talking about someone, you don't point out. Oh, that girl in green is rude. Señalar. That's true.
Mm, señalar.
Señalar. Point out with your finger. So that's very rude. That's some of the first thing I learned not to, because I used to do it when I was a kid. Not point out at people. No señales. I used to remember my mom. No señales. No señales. Well, we have number 12. It's customary to bargain. That's what we always do. I mean, poor people, right? I mean, I say poor people because they make just a few pesos and they are in the street selling all day long. And we always bargain. But if you go to Walmart or Soriana or
In the
whatever,
market, in supermarket, in the street, ambulance.
it's customary to bargain with street vendors to get something cheaper. It's not acceptable to do this in a store. Do you know what bargain is?
Yes.
Verga,
Bargain.
verga,
Cost
verga,
something cheaper.
verga. Is
Yeah, it's something, it is something that we always do in the street or in the central market or whatever or wherever. Um, Gabriel is here. Yes, at 10:01. Questions about this vocabulary?
Yes, me. What's mean bargain and tip Kai drivers?
Yes, I just ask you what bargain is. Bargain is to ask for something cheaper. Like when you go to central market
Yes.
and you say the cost is 50 pesos. Can I pay you 40? So you're bargaining.
Okay.
No, the cost is 50. No, maybe 40. Well, 45. Okay, 45 is okay. So you are bargaining. So it's an action.
okay.
Bargain. Regatear. That's what we say in Spanish. Bargain. What other word?
Number 10, to tip drive. Uh-huh.
Well, cab is like taxi.
Yes.
We call cab. It's a
Tip.
taxi. Yeah, taxi. A driver is the one who drives cab. Cab drivers. Taxi drivers.
Okay.
We normally say ask for a cab. In taxi, ask for a cab. Cab is synonym of taxi. This some people say cabby. Cab is the driver. I am a cabbie, so it means I drive a taxi, right? That's my job. Any other word?
Yes, teacher. Number 5, barefoot. Barefoot.
Barefoot, when you don't have anything in your feet, like no shoes, nothing,
Okay, no sandals, no shoes, nothing.
nothing. That's why they are bare. That's the word bare. Bare. You can use bare hands too. No
Hair is like naked.
naked. Bare hands, no gloves, nothing. Bare hands.
Okay.
Is a suffix bare. Well, this is a compound word. It's bare and foot. So you can use bare with many different things, like barefoot, bare hands, bare sex, bare in many things, many things. When you don't use anything. Any other word? You understand this one, right? Keep your voice down. Keep your voice down. Like not too loud. Keep your voice down because they want to hear you. I mean, not like this. This is whispering. The whisper is, remember, whisper is something different. Whisper is when you are talking like this and just between two people. Whisper. Whispering. That's quiet, murmullar. Something like that. Any other questions? Any other word? No? Sure? Ready for the exam?
No.
No.
Ready? All right, remember we are talking about behaviors.
Behavior.
Manners. Remember this word is very important. How you behave. Behaviors come from to behave. When they say behave yourself, pórtate bien, behave yourself. That you can use that when you say bye, behave yourself, pórtate bien, right? If you say to your kid, behave yourself, pórtate bien. So behavior, comportamiento, right? Behavior. So try to learn those, put those on your vocabulary chart. What behaviors are considered acceptable in your country? Complete the chart with ideas from above. Add your own ideas, then compare with a partner. Is acceptable to, is not acceptable to. We did this, but we have different ideas too. So you have this chart. Let's work it in teams, please. These two, it's acceptable to, is not acceptable. So try to brainstorm, please. Get different ideas and put them together. So right now I have 10 people. Let's do it in team, please. Two. Gabriel, good morning, Gabriel. Despierta. Gabriel is shy and quiet, that's why. All right, let's go to the breakout room, please, and try to exchange ideas with your partner, your classmates, about what is acceptable in Mexican culture. Try not to include China or Japan or any other country, India. All right, let's take around 5 minutes to do this assignment. See what you think. What you think. All right, let's go to the breakout room, please. It's 10:08. 5 minutes. All right, here we go. I will ask one by one what you have in your books, in your notebooks. So it's gonna be something oral. We don't have to write it. So let's try to do it quick. Let me see who I have on my screen first. It's Karina. You are the winner, number one.
The better person. Okay.
Always, always, always.
Always.
Okay, give me one acceptable and one not acceptable thing.
Okay. Well, with Julio, I put only the number with the sentences. It's more easy.
It's easier.
It's easier, teacher.
Yes, don't roll your eyes up. I saw you.
Okay.
I'm watching you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's only when you learn easier, easier. Well,
Yes.
you have to say it. You have to say it. I don't know the numbers. It's acceptable.
Okay. Well, it's acceptable to number 6, having an argument. If
Yeah, remember you have to,
yes.
remember, Karina, you didn't have to do well, you could add extra of the same. Okay, tell me again. What's acceptable to? Is acceptable to?
It's acceptable to having an argument in public.
Is acceptable?
No, sorry. Yes, why not? Can you, la libre expresión, I don't remember in English.
Okay. As I said before, depends on the arguments. You're talking about private things about your life.
Oh, yeah.
What is not acceptable?
It's not acceptable to number 12.
Yes, don't tell me the number, just say the
Okay,
sentence.
okay, sorry. It's customary to bargain with the street vendors to get something cheaper.
Okay, remember, yes, remember you also can add other ideas. No, they have to be from the book. Your ideas. All right, good. Patty, please. Is acceptable to
Um, to arrive late,
say it again, please.
to arrive late.
Is acceptable to arrive late?
Yes.
Uh, well, depends on
Yeah.
punctuality. For me, it's not acceptable. For me, to arrive late, to arrive on time is acceptable. Because
Yeah.
it's kind of rude for you because my time is important, your time is important, right? Everybody has something to do. What I mean that is, I see you at 10 o'clock, so you have to be there at 10. If you are 5 minutes late, it's okay.
5 minutes, yes, teacher.
Yeah,
After.
5 minutes, but you are there at 10:30. You say, wow, really?
Hi, Gabby.
1 hour.
Yes, that's rude because like my classes, I tell the people, I see you online at 10. I am waiting here at 10. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then they don't show up. So anyway, what other thing is not acceptable, Patty?
Um, to not pay attention when someone is talking with you.
Yes, to be distracted, right? You are on the phone, you're watching TV, you're looking at the people in the street, just ignoring them, right? That's true. But you feel offended. Are you talking to me? What's going on? Are you talking to me or to someone else? All right. America, what is acceptable according to our society, right? Our culture.
Um, don't say bless you when you sneeze.
Yes. That's acceptable or unacceptable?
It's acceptable.
Well, that's part of the manners. Bless you. But some
Yes.
people, some cultures, they do that. Okay, what is not acceptable?
I got one teacher. Sorry. May I?
Okay, yeah, let me wait for America to
Yes.
finish
Sorry,
this.
teacher. Sorry.
Okay. America,
Yes.
what is not acceptable?
To cut in line.
To cut in line,
Cut in line.
not cut in line.
Cut in line.
Yes. You have to respect, right?
Yes.
You have to respect the others because they are also waiting. Your time is precious, is value, but the other is also valuable. Okay,
Exactly.
Claudia, yes, so it's important to be humble sometimes. Claudia, you say
Yes,
something. What is,
teacher. It's a bad manner to when we are talking with a person looking at the cell phone, you know?
yes, yes, that's what
I
Patty
don't
mentioned.
like that. I don't like that.
Yes,
We need to pay attention for to respect the people, to show respect.
yes, to have some respect for people and you feel ignored, right? When you are talking to that person and they are on the phone, like What's
Yes.
going on? Am I?
Yes, hey, I am here.
Yes, that's very rude, especially phones right now. Well, part of the etiquettes when you go, for example, you go out for dinners with friends, is to keep your phone. Not put it on the table, not like this, not like this. Just keep it. Keep it somewhere safe, and don't put it on the table and just be looking at the phone all the time. Only you are working or you have a business, you have a business to attend, you're a doctor, or I don't know, for emergencies. You never know, right? So that's very important. What is acceptable for you, well, for society? Claudia.
Acceptable, maybe give the seat when you are in the bus. Give the seat to unknown people.
To all people,
Yes.
yes, that's also acceptable, right? Something that no, people don't do, I do it all the time. When I get into a bus, let's say any bus or any public transportation, I always say good morning, good evening. People don't do that. I don't know why.
Yes. It's a
When you
good
get to
manner.
when
It's
you
a
get
good
to a
manner.
public transportation, to the driver, you say good morning, sir, or whatever. And when you get off the bus, you say thank you. Why? Because they gave you a service, right? Take you to your destination, and you say thank you, or have a nice day, be safe, have a wonderful day. It's something that you well, it depends on your what you learned, because all these things is because you learn it. All right, let's see. America, what do you think is acceptable?
Um, I have similar examples,
Okay.
like my partners. I don't know what.
Okay.
They're
A
much.
different one is not acceptable.
For example, in the towns, the people greetings, no,
Yes.
because the people um they meet or no,
They say again, they what?
the people se conocen.
They know each other.
Okay, they know each other.
Uh-huh.
It's acceptable, but for example, in the cities, the people know greetings to another people now,
Uh-huh.
or in the stores, maybe the people now say thank you or please. No, for me, it's not acceptable.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean it's from a small town, it's from a big city. You have manners. So your manners are your manners. You use them wherever you are. Like I've seen people in a party or in a wedding that's a little bit more formal, like scratching their head. That's not acceptable. You're in public doing this, or just cleaning your teeth when you finish eating. Like this. Oh, that's gross. That's not nice. Right?
Yes.
Like having a toothpick and cleaning in front of the people. Go to the bathroom, right? Go to the bathroom to do whatever you have to do when you clean up. What about you, Areli? What do you think? Something acceptable. Talking about
Acceptable
manners.
to give in the seat to all people.
Yeah, of course, that's acceptable. What is not
Mm,
acceptable?
not acceptable to throw out the garbage in the street.
Yeah, that's also part of, I would say, manners, right? We everybody should do that. Yeah. What?
Excuse me.
Somebody say something.
Yes.
Um, the other answers is similar
Similar to
to
the rest. Okay, remember in our society we have many not rules, but we have manners. Manners are behaviors of the people that we learn from people to people. You know, good manners and bad manners. So you, of course, you learn that with time. You learn from your parents, from everybody else. Let's see. Rosicela, what is acceptable talking about manners?
I write, it's acceptable to answer your phone only if it's an emergency or if it's necessary in a meeting.
In a meeting, of course, but you have to say, remember, excuse me, I need to take this call,
Okay.
right? To act like for permission. I mean, it's not permission, but you have to, you are being polite, right?
Yes, and it's not acceptable to look at the phone all the time in a meeting. If you
Yes,
are always all the time just in your phone, on your phone,
yes, that's
I
true.
think it's not acceptable. And I have another one. It's acceptable to lend some things, pedir, lend or borrow some things,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not acceptable taking things aren't you without permission.
Right. Of course, that's something different. I mean, you borrow yourself something that is not yours. It doesn't belong to you, and you take it out and you take it. So that's not acceptable. That's true. You have to be polite. You have to be. You have to say, "Can I have this? May I borrow this from you?" All right, good. Thank you. Let's see. Who did? What is acceptable?
Is acceptable is guy thanks for a favor. For example, guy did a beauty word or for any way.
Yes, to be grateful. Remember
Okay,
the
grateful.
verb. Well, no, the adjectives.
Uh-huh.
To be grateful, ser agradecido, to be grateful,
Okay.
a favor, right? When you are grateful, you always say,
Grateful.
thank you,
Okay.
thank you so much.
You're welcome. How you day?
Yeah, of course. What is not acceptable?
Es work in public.
Say it again.
Work in public. Eructar en público.
Oh, erupt.
Ajá.
Well, erupt, I would say burp, not erupt.
Work.
When you just eat, when you have eaten and you burp,
Or in Pablo?
In public.
In public.
Yes, abrupt in public. In some societies, different to the Mexican ones, to burp is quite acceptable. It means the food was good.
Okay.
All right, Gabriel, are you there, Gabriel?
Yes, teacher.
Hey, hello. What do you think? What is acceptable according to the society?
It's acceptable to write in public.
Is acceptable to say again?
Write in public.
Break?
Great. Great.
What is great? Gabriel? Great?
Saludar.
Oh, to greet.
Sí.
Greet. Is acceptable to greet public? Yes, of course that's acceptable. That's normal. What is not acceptable?
Acceptable to point something with to covering your mouth.
Say it again.
Te vamos a bañar hoy porque estás muy mixto.
Hello, ¿a quién vas a bañar, chica?
Excuse me, estoy hablando.
Apaga tu micrófono.
Sí.
You see, that's not acceptable, Judith. Vamos al río, pues.
No,
Okay.
a mi
Al de la
perro le
sabana,
estoy
dice. Al de la
No,
sabana.
hoy le toca baño a mi perrito, por eso le decía. Excuse me.
Yes, please. Okay.
It's
Let's
not
continue.
acceptable. Listen conversation.
Right. That's not acceptable to listen what you're doing right now. Because you distract the students. Okay, Gabriel, please continue. It's not acceptable to
Coughing without covering your mouth.
because I am trying to understand. Say it again.
Coughing without covering your mouth.
To talk right, covering your mouth. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, when you are talking like this, okay. What? Yeah, that's true. Well, that's not very normal, but some people do it like that because sometimes they are shy or they don't want to show their teeth or they just want to play. Maybe. All right, cool. Thank you. Let's see. Vamos con Julio. Please try, guys, if you are not, if someone else is participating, try to close your microphones. Please, 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 please. That's also a good manner. Yes? That means we are paying attention to the guy who is speaking. That's why it's hard for me to understand. Only if we are in a group activity, that's okay. All right, Julio.
Yes.
Mr. Julio, what is acceptable?
Acceptable.
Manners, talking about manners.
Okay. Help an old man to cross the street.
Help people to cross, hold people.
Help people.
Yes, help people to, all people to cross the street.
And give the seat to an old man or lady.
Yes. Well, lady right now is like, you know, with all this movement, because the difference with ladies, women, and men, they have the same right. So it's another topic. It's a controversial topic, you know, because I think women are weaker than men and blah 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 blah. It's a whole topic, so we don't want to discuss about that. But also remember, especially tourists, well, people, because tourists are people, right?
Okay.
They cross the street anywhere in the avenue. They don't go for the crossing line. You see the lines in the street?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Or when if you have a traffic light, you have to wait for your light to cross the street. You have to wait for the red line and wait for your signal to cross the street. But sometimes people are, I don't know what happened. It's green and they are crossing the street and they are like among cars, you know, walking. So that's not acceptable. Why? Because they can have an accident.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, Marla, please, the last one.
Unacceptable too will be the greeting farewells.
Greetings and farewells.
Yes,
Yes, those are acceptable.
and unacceptable will be rude with your familiars or parents.
Well, say it again, but it's not acceptable.
It's not acceptable be rude with your parents or familiars.
No, of course, of course. But remember, when you say it, if acceptable, you talk in general. For example, if you are with your friend and you leave, you go out and you don't say goodbye, that's not nice, right? I mean, because you don't say goodbye. Where's my friend? I don't know. He's gone. But you never say goodbye. I mean, he never say goodbye. So that's not acceptable. Anyway, okay, that was a short exercise for you. Let's continue because it's 10:44. We have a few more minutes before the break. So let's try to finish this lesson. Because you know some lessons are longer than the others. All right, let's do the next exercise. Let's try to be quick for checking the grammar. The grammar is very interesting. Let's do it quick. That's like the part of the grammar. Number one, cut or cutting in line is bad manners. What do you think?
Cut.
Guess.
Cut.
But
True.
Cut.
Anybody? Claudia?
Cut.
cut.
In microphone? Claudia, I didn't hear you.
Okay. Cat in line eat bad manners.
Cutting in line is bad
Confusing. I
manners.
am confusing here, teacher. When can we
Yes.
use ing
Yes,
and
it's
where
here.
not?
It's the grammar.
What is
Wait a little bit. It's in the grammar part. So it's coming. So this is just an exercise to see if you know it. What is in the grammar? You might offend someone by We have a preposition by. Remember, after by, we need to use ing. So you might offend someone by standing too close. We have a preposition, remember, like when you say for, you have to use ing, etc. Standing too close. Number 3, you can offend your host by which one? Taking or to take?
Take.
You have by here.
By not taking.
By not taking. Yes, remember, you have a preposition by not taking.
Not taking.
Not is before the verb.
Not.
Aaron, yes. Number 4, it's polite to bow when you meet someone.
Is polite bug.
Okay, what do you think, Patty? Remember, you have a verb here.
It's
And you have another.
polite to bow to bow when you meet someone.
Yes, I mentioned that before. When you have to
walk.
The adjective is polite to bow when you meet someone. It's customary not to not tip cab drivers or not to tip cab drivers.
Not the cab drivers.
Not to tip.
Not to tip cab drivers or not tipping. Remember, if you don't say to tip, you can say ing. All right, let's do the grammar. The grammar is quite interesting, important in this lesson, because besides we are talking about manners, we are have to learn the best part or the most important part. So you say, well, why are we learning about manners? Well, it's general knowledge about rules, etiquettes, behavior, etc. But the most important, that's why we need to learn all this. Why we need to learn all this grammar. What is important? Okay, let's listen first. Listen first, and then we will discuss this topic. That should be page 80 something. No, it's 25. Hold on, please.
Page 25. 2. Grammar. Verb plus ing and to plus verb. Position of not. Verb plus ing as a subject.
Eating in public is bad manners.
Not shaking hands is impolite. Verb plus ing after prepositions.
You can offend people by eating in public.
People might stare at you for not shaking hands.
To plus verb after it's.
It's bad manners to eat in public.
It's impolite not to shake hands.
Position of not. Not comes before the word it negates.
Be careful not to point at people.
You can offend people by not bowing.
Notice the difference in meaning.
It's acceptable not to tip cab drivers.
It's not acceptable to tip cab drivers.
It's not acceptable. You shouldn't do it. That's what it means, not acceptable. Okay, we have the grammar part. So remember the first part, it's talking about the ing verb as a subject, like eating. Eating in public is bad manners. So we're using the verb here, eating is a subject. Eating in public is bad manners. The same in a negative form, not shaking hands is impolite. Not if before the verb, not shaking, not doing, not playing, not working, not speaking. Verb plus ing after prepositions. What I mentioned before, we have by here, by, or we have for. All the times you use for, you have to use ing or by ing. Because some of the common mistake is for do, for say, for speak. No, it has to be ing. You can offend people by eating in public. People might stare at you for not shaking hands. So remember, not is always before the verb. I mean, the verb that is in ing, because you have two verbs here, stare at and shaking. To plus verb after it's bad manner to eat in public. It's impolite not to shake hands. Not to shake hands. Not is before the verb. Position of not. Just mentioned that. Be careful not to point at people. Not is before the verb. You can offend people by not bowing. You have the preposition by. Notice the difference in meaning. It's acceptable not to tip cat drivers. It's optional. It's acceptable. If that's what it means. It's not acceptable to tip cat drivers, that you shouldn't do it. I mean, like, it's not acceptable. You miss work without telling your boss, right? You have to call him and tell him, "Oh, I'm sorry, I won't be at work today. We have issues, I have problems," but you need to call. The same, when you miss classes, it's not acceptable just to miss classes. You have to let me know so I can know the reason. It's part of the rules or the etiquette of the school. That's why. I mean, I don't mean that I need to know why you're not coming to class, but I need to know why so I can report to school. Yes. Do you have any questions? So you want any other review of this? Claudia, is it better explanation?
Yes, teacher.
Remember, we can use the verb in ing at the beginning as a subject, like playing music out loud or playing music loud or loud music is not okay. Drinking beers at 8 a.m. is not okay. I am talking about my neighbors. Any other questions? Say it now. Say it now before the test, before the exam.
Teacher, why is the reason that use be in position of not? Why be not coming with ing?
Where?
With begin, perdón. We're coming.
Eating is used as a subject. We are not talking about present continuous here. Eating is in public is bad manners, right?
Yes.
So that's why eating here is the subject. So we are
Yes.
not talking about present continuous, that's the difference. And not, when we use not shaking or not to shake, you can just say not to shake or not shaking, either one, but you cannot say not shake. Let me write it here. Not shaking or not to shake. Both are acceptable, but you are not supposed to say not shake. Yes? Either way is fine. So this is wrong. What was your second question, Areli?
Being in position of not in, why is the reason that be is not being?
Where? Here? Like be careful?
Yes, teacher. Yes.
Oh, be careful is an expression.
Mhm.
Be careful. Ten cuidado. Be careful not to point at people.
Mhm.
But if I say, let's say, you can use being in other, being careful. Right? But if I say, Areli,
Um,
be careful of strangers. Ten cuidado. That's different.
mhm.
When you use be as a verb, being careful is something I do all the time. But be careful of strangers. Be careful of people you don't know. Be careful of the ocean. Be careful of the waves, etc.
Okay.
So depending how you use it.
¿Las dos formas son correctas?
Yes,
Ok. Thank you,
yes.
teacher.
Or you can say to be careful. To be careful. All the time. You have to be careful. Remember, you use it as an object or as a noun or as an adjective. Any other questions about grammar before going to break?
Me, teacher, in this grammar don't have a question for why.
What do you mean, question form?
O sea, ya ve que siempre están positivo, negativo y
Oh,
pregunta.
no, in this case, you are supposed to know all this, like eating in public is bad manner.
Okay.
Is bad manners eating in public? You are supposed to know the question form.
Okay. Okay.
They are just telling you how it works with verb plus ing. That's why
Okay.
it's not here.
Okay.
I mean, you know how to make questions with verb be, right? You
Yeah.
put the verb be at the beginning, are or is.
Yes.
You need to use how to use do or does. So I think that's the reason, because that's too basic.
Yes. Okay.
Like in this one, you have verb be here, right? Eating in public is bad manners.
Is bad manners eat in public?
You can say bad manners to eat in public. You change it because you're changing the sentence. You can say eating in public, oops, or is bad manners to eat.
Manners always are plural.
Yes,
Okay.
you can use it both ways. But remember, manners is always with an S. Manners. Okay, any other questions?
Thank you.
Any other? No?
No, teacher.
We'll
Not
continue with,
Questions maybe in the text.
right,
Teacher, I
that's what
have
I
a
know.
question, teacher.
Okay, we will continue with the next exercise after break. It's 11:03. I wait for you on time, please, at 11:28. Yes?
Okay.
Yes, yes,
See you
yes.
later and have a good lunch.
See you
See in
later.
2 minutes. Thank you.
tomorrow, teacher.
Thank
Not
you.
tomorrow, later.
Hi, good morning. Too.
Good morning again. Who's back? Karina.
Always.
Always. Well, all right. Do you have a good lunch?
Yes, I love pasta. My grandma makes me pasta.
Pasta?
Yes,
What kind of pasta?
spaghetti. Spaghetti.
Spaghetti.
With chili? Spicy? No, chili.
Spicy?
Yes, chipotle.
All right. See, Patty is also here. Um, Udit is here. Claudia is here. America, are you there, America?
Yes, teacher.
All right, cool. Claudia is here. Who else? Marla, are you there? Marla?
Yes.
Yes.
Sí, I'm
Gabriel?
here.
Yes.
Yes. Julio? No, Julio. Okay. Okay, let's continue, please. All right, remember we start promoting the pronunciation of phonology class next Monday. In case you are interested to take the class, that's gonna be for Tuesday this week from 7 to 9, 2 hours. And then the next one, of course. So in case you're interested, we have, it's mostly about pronunciations, right? We need to learn many like vowels, diphthongs, um, homophones, homonyms, etc. Stress, vowel stress, syllables, etc. Everything about what is about pronunciation. So that's going to be quite interesting. We don't have much. It's not about grammar. Remember, it's more about just pronunciation.
The Thursday.
Say again.
Free?
What is the day, Thursday?
Thursday. This Thursday.
Yes,
That should be,
in the afternoon.
yes, it's the afternoon, 7 p.m.
Okay.
Let me
What
check.
is the link?
I don't have it yet. Monday, they will send the invitations to all the groups.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
So for those who are interested, you will get the link. So that's gonna be, today is the 29. So that should be June 3rd and June 10. June 10, June 3rd, June 10, 2 days. All right, let's continue. Okay, let's do a little review of what we have seen so far from Unit 3. Remember, Unit 3 is the last one before the test, before the exam. So it's gonna be your first exams for Touchstone 4, level 4. So the main part we saw in lesson, well, we start talking about cultures, right? Different cultures around the world. That was Unit 3. So we saw lesson A about traditional things in different countries. But the main topic here was the simple present passive. I hope you remember the formula when you use the passive. If you're talking about present, remember verb be, present tense, is or are, and the past participle of the main verb. Either active sentence, passive sentence. We are talking about simple present. We have different tenses. And you have to remember those verbs in past participle, especially those that are irregular verbs. Today is about, of course, manners. We mentioned all these. Exercises, the vocabulary. We talk about grammar. And then we have a new exercise here. Again, do you have any questions about grammar? Yes, no, maybe. No, you're good? Okay. Letter A, complete the sentence. Complete the sentences about eating at restaurants. Use verb plus ing or to plus verb. Okay, you have 10 sentences. Okay, let's try to do it quick. See if you can do it. Number 1, if a friend invites you out to dinner, out of dinner is inappropriate. Inappropriate. Another friend with you. Okay, Claudia, please.
To take another friend with you?
Yes, to take. Okay, Claudia did something. He raised his hand, her hand. So please try to do the same if you have any, because that's easier. To take. take is inappropriate. Of course, like when you go to a party, right? When you go to a party or to a wedding and you take somebody else, another guest, well, you have to ask first, can I take someone else? Can I take another person? Okay, number 2. It's bad manners.
Me.
Okay, who did?
It's around a little when you meet a big group of friends at a restaurant. It's acceptable. Not to,
Where
not
are
to
you?
show up.
Who did? Where are you? You are number 2.
What are you?
Not calling.
No, Cali. Excuse me, sorry. I read the letter number 3.
Yes, that's what I said.
Okay.
Is it manners? Not calling. Not calling the restaurant you have a reservations and you decide to cancel your plans. And remember, it's part of your protocol. Sometimes restaurants are full, right? They have a full house and they don't take more reservations. But if you think to cancel and you don't call, so that's not nice. That's not okay. Because you are taking the places of somebody else. Maybe somebody else wants to go to that restaurant and you forgot to cancel for any reasons. Okay, who did again? Number 3. Who did?
Okay, it's arrive a little late when you meet a bit group of friends at a restaurant. Is acceptable. Not to show at all is impolite.
Yeah, remember, and here in number 3, you have to apply the rules you said in the grammar part. Arrive is gonna be the verb. It's the verb. This, I'm sorry, the subject. Okay, who wants to do number 3?
It's all right.
Remember, arrive is gonna be the subject. Remember what we used here at the beginning? Who did? Here.
Eating, arriving.
Arriving? Or arriving?
Arriving.
Yes.
It's pronunciation.
Yes, arrive. Arrive.
Right.
Like I have noticed that you use this verb a lot. When I arrive to my house, it's okay to say arrive, arrive. You use it many times, but try to use get. When I get home,
Yes.
when I arrive to my house, that's what you say. Normally say when I get home, so that's easier, right? When I get home. Okay, arriving a little late when you meet a big group of friends at a restaurant is acceptable. Continue with it.
Acceptable. Knock. No show.
Not show? Just like that?
Showing?
Not showing up.
Not to show it. Not to show.
Okay, say it again, who did?
Now to show.
Remember, it's similar to say like, not similar, it's acceptable.
No.
No, showing.
Showing.
That's what we are learning. No? Showing up. Remember, show up goes together. Show
Win.
up. Show up. Show up.
Show up.
Not showing up. 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 Show up. Show up. The linking with the two words show up. Show up. Show up.
Show what? Show
It's like one sound. One sound.
what?
Okay, number 4. Who wants to do number 4?
Me. If you get to the restaurant before your friend, it's fine to sit down at the table.
To sit down. All right. Do you think that is appropriate? Let's say you are 5 people and your friends are not there yet. Would you sit down at the table or you wait in the waiting room for them? Or at the bar, maybe? That depends on some of those cases are okay, but I prefer to wait at the bar or in the waiting room than having being just myself at the table. That's up to you. Okay, number 5. Who wants to do it? Volunteers?
To complaining.
Who wants to do number 5?
To complaining.
Is that acceptable?
To complain.
Remember, if you use to complain or complaining, you cannot interchange like to complaining.
Okay.
No.
To complain.
To complain. It's not acceptable to complain to your server if you don't like your meal. That depends on too. Because that's the only way that to let them know that you didn't like it. Okay. And next one, please. Number 6. Volunteers.
Me, teacher. People might be me, Karina. Hi.
One more time.
Okay. Number 6. People might be upset with you for not paying
Yes.
your fair share of the bill.
For not paying. You have 4, remember. You know what this is? Fair share.
Not paying your fair share of the bill.
You know what fair share is?
Fair share.
Fair. You know what is fair? The meaning of fair? It's not fair. It's fair. Share, remember those are 2 different words. Fair and share. Fair is an adjective. Share is a verb. We use a verb. Fair is justo. Fair. It's fair. The same like feria, right? Fair. Same. Share. When you share with your friends, you can share. In this case, you're sharing the bill. Like same for together. So it means if you relate these two words, fair share, like equal, in equal parts, or pay what is yours. That's what it means, share, share bill, fair share, lo que te toca, fair share, lo justo, right? Number 7, please. Anyone?
Talking.
Let's see, those quiet, please. Julio, Gabriel, I haven't
Yes.
heard from you.
Talk with your mouth full is considered rude. Taking phone calls during dinner is also bad manners.
Well, here in the second sentence, Julio.
To take.
Yeah, you said taking phone calls during dinner is also bad manners. It's correct.
Okay.
Apply it to the first one.
Talk.
No.
Is talking. Talk.
Are you used here talking? Talking.
Okay.
Talking with your, in this case, talking is the subject. Talking with your mouth full. It should be full mouth. Full mouth is considered rude. Taking phone calls during dinner is also bad manners. They function as subjects. Okay, anyone else? Gabriel, please. You're quiet.
Right.
Yes, number 8.
You can offend the server by not leaving.
Yes, by not leaving.
I think, but to give a smaller tip in hand if the service is bad.
Remember, most of the verbs, the stress is in the first syllable, like offend. Not offend, offend.
Offend.
Yes, you can offend the server by not leaving a tip, but continue, but
To give.
but giving. It's correct to say but to give, but it should be better to say but giving a smaller tip is fine, the service is bad. All right. Next one, please. Number 9.
Oh,
Anyone volunteer?
Me, teacher.
me.
Please,
Oh.
everybody try to participate, not the same people. Everybody should say yes, me.
Me.
Okay.
9. Asking
Okay.
the server for a box to bring your leftover food home is acceptable.
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 Yes. Asking the server for a box to bring your leftover food comes is acceptable. Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Acceptable.
Yes. Number 10.
Me, teacher.
Yes, please. Go ahead.
It's bad manners not to thank the person who paid afterwards.
Yes, it's
Not
bad man.
saying thank you is really impolite.
Yes, you can just remember you can use either one, either way. It's bad matters not to thank or not thanking the person who paid afterwards, right? If somebody else say, "Oh, I paid the bill," you have to say thank you, right? Not saying, not saying thank you is really impolite. That's true. The same if a friend invites you to eat out to have dinner or lunch, right? And he or she pays, you have to say thank you for lunch, thank you for dinner, but always say thank you. That's a good manners. Yes? Do we agree on this? Yes or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Teacher, in the number 10 is the correct and not to take and not taken is the correct, the two options?
The two options you can interchange.
Teacher, I
Okay.
have another question.
It's more, give me 1 second. It's more correct to say, not correct, because both of them are correct. Not thanking.
Mhm.
But you can use both, either one. Except the this one is incorrect. Right? All right. Claudia.
Yes, teacher, my question is, in number 2, I wrote not to call because my guide was the grammar. But I wrote number 2, is bad manner not to call. Is correct, teacher? To say, is bad manner not to call or is bad manner not calling? Is the same?
Yeah,
Are both right?
is this similar? Like
Okay.
this one? You see the example here?
Yes.
It's bad manners
Yes.
in public.
I applied that. Yes.
Not to shake hands. It's impolite because you have to plus verb after it's. We have very similar examples here.
That is correct to add the ing too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here,
Thank
but
you.
it's correct. It's correct.
Okay.
Is correct in two forms, teacher?
Sorry.
Is correct in two forms?
In this way, yes. It's what manners not to thank the person who paid afterwards. It's what manners not thanking the person who paid afterwards. But as I mentioned before, the second option, like not thanking,
Is similar?
here,
To answer is true?
not thanking, that's different, right? It's bad manners not thanking the person who paid afterwards.
And not to call is incorrect? In the two?
In the two?
Yes, teacher.
A ver, let me see. Not to call,
Not
but
to call.
not to call the restaurant if you have a reservations and you decide to cancel your plans. That's correct.
Not to call is correct?
Not to call, yes.
Ah, okay, thank you, teacher.
Or
And not calling también. Not calling is
not
also.
calling, yes. You have to use either one. But remember, like not call is wrong. Not thank is wrong. Okay. And we have the last one. What etiquette advice can you think of for the following situations? Make a list and then share with another pair. Visiting someone's home, going to a birthday party, going to an interview. You need some etiquette, right? For each one. Etiquette means, well, you know what etiquette means, right? Like a protocol, how you must act or behave in these kind of occasions. For example, when you visit someone and you plan to visit someone, you let them know or you call, hey, I'm gonna visit you on next weekend. I'm gonna be there. And you need to act in appropriate way because you are visiting someone. Okay, let's discuss these three. How you must behave. The etiquette you need for that. When you're in a party, in an interview, in someone's home, it's different. It's quite different. Okay, that should be in partners. So let's work together and exchange your opinion. Let's do a practice, a speaking practice, please. Let's go out to your recap rooms, please. Just a few minutes. Right now, it's 12 o'clock. 5 minutes. Please practice your speaking. Okie dokie. Let's see. Everybody is here. Julio, Malapati, Judith. All right. What do you think about the exercise? Yes, you have a chance to practice your speaking.
Yes.
Okay, I just need
Yes.
one person for each one. One. Visiting someone's home. Give me an etiquette advice about visiting someone's home. Let's see. Who wants to do it? Volunteer.
When you visit someone's home, you try a respectful.
Say again.
You try no, you be good. Ay, ¿cómo se dice? Comportarse.
Yeah, that's the very mentioned at the beginning. Behave. You must behave. Or you must be. If you try to mean this, remain respectful, right? Must behave. Must be respectful. Okay, good. Any other one?
Yes. Me.
Yes.
It's bad manner to visit someone without ask first.
Yes. You need to call or text or whatever. There are many ways of communication. Just to get there, sometimes you get there by just by casualty, right? By casualty. But that's different. But in Mexico, depending on depending on I used to hate that, but normally, if you are going to have a visitor, you need to know, right? Because maybe you are busy, you have things to do or whatever. Okay, let's do. What about the second one? Going to a birthday party. Anybody wants to say something about that?
Hey, teacher.
Yes.
Me. Well, with my group of friends, girls, I have a special rule. We never wear a dress because you can see better that the person who is birthday.
You never wear a dress?
Yes.
Why?
Because you can see or look better than the person. I don't know what do you say cumpleañero in English.
The birthday boy, the birthday girl.
Okay, vale. You can look better than the birthday girl.
Mm, I
No te
have
puedes
heard.
ver o arreglar mejor que la cumpleañera.
Yeah, I know.
Lleva
I
la
know,
onda,
I know
¿no?
what you mean. Well, I have never heard about that.
It's special for the woman.
I mean, if you're eccentric and you dress a big dress, nice like a quinceañera, of course.
Maybe.
That's not nice. But it's just a
Yes.
birthday party. I
Yes.
mean, you go to a quinceañera and you want to look like fashionist and you want to look different. So that's not the same like. But we talk about etiquette in a birthday party. Claudia, I want to pick Claudia. I want to choose Claudia. What would you say, Claudia? If you go to a birthday party and you...
Yes, it's not acceptable to not give a present.
Yes, because it's a birthday, right?
Yes.
You need to bring something. Patty, what do you think?
If you gonna birthday party where appropriate and giving a present.
right? Bring something and you must behave. Well, a birthday party, of course, it's a little bit different than a wedding, quinceañera. Well, a quinceañera is a birthday, right? But it's a little bit more. A quinceañera is a huge party, you know, different than you just a small party with friends. Okay, let's do last one. Going to an interview, that should be more formal, right? What do you think, Julio?
Okay. When you go into an interview, wear fancy clothes and use technical words.
Yes. What else? Gabriel? Gabriel, are you there?
Yes.
What do you think about going to an interview? Some etiquette rules.
mm, Going to an interview is necessary to dress formal.
Yes. What else? Remember also, if you go to an interview, you are not supposed to chew gum. Like your interview, you are getting interview. I mean, you are being interviewed and you are chewing gum. Like this is not nice. Or the way how you see it, there are many etiquettes. The way how you cross your arms, the way there are many rules. I mean, like being prepared for an interview is different. Like when you have to find out about information about the company, right? That's different. But we are talking about etiquette, so that's true. Anybody else?
Me, teacher,
Yes, please.
bringing formal clothes going to interview.
Yes. Well, you all agree the same. The outfit you fit for the interview, especially let's say for ladies, do not wear too much makeup, for example, big earrings, because it's formal. Remember, for something formal. So you have to look professional.
Yes.
Doesn't mean you don't have to look attractive, but to look attractive, you have to measure some things, and your look, your outfit. So the way how you speak, how slow you speak, how clear you speak, uh, everything is important so you don't look nervous in the interview. Now I say nervous. I heard somebody say nervous. Everybody say nervous. I don't know why.
Nervous.
No es nervios, like Spanish. It's not nervous. Nervous.
Nervous.
Nervous. Do not forget that. Nervous. All right. Anybody else? Last opinion about any of these?
In the there I put if you wanna an interview, be yourself.
What do you mean with be yourself?
Like be honest with the host or something.
Well, honesty is something very important, right? But you have to act. Remember, in an interview, you have to act in some way because it's formal. So, I mean, when they say act, you have to behave because it's an interview. But you have to be you. You have to be yourself. because you're not supposed to be faking anything. All right, let's wrap it up with lesson D. Do you have any questions?
Austin.
No questions? Please, I remind you to read. No? Okay. I remind you to read a lot. Maybe to listen audiobooks. Pronunciation. Reading. So remember, every day do something that helps you for the classes. That's what I said every Saturday or for every class. Try to use your time. And maybe just 30 minutes for an English, a short English class on YouTube or something about pronunciation, about grammar. Maybe you read something, short article, try to understand it, etc. All right, when I was, let's say, when I was living far away, when I was living far away, when I was living in the United States, it's far away from Mexico, far away from Acapulco. I always missed living here, like the food, the customs, the parties, my friends, the family. Even talking about something simple like hearing the national anthem, like El Himno Nacional, or seeing your flag, or seeing the mariachis, seeing like many friendly faces, like Mexican people, Sometimes you don't have to be there. Maybe you are in a different city and you miss your home. What is your home? Your home is where you live right now, right? But your home is where you feel comfortable. You have your family close to you. You have always your home. Like I consider my home Acapulco. I don't consider my home Chicago. I used to live there, but that's not my home. Because when you are in a place and you feel that power, you feel that energy, you feel that you belong to, right? Even if you go to any part of the world that is beautiful, maybe Italy, France, Spain, or whatever, your home is always your home. You always go back to your home. But when you feel sad, you feel depressed because you're away from your family, it's because you miss many things, right? Like food, especially food. If you like Mexican food or anything. So that is called homesick. Let me write it down here. Homesick. Even though you live in Puebla, Mexico City, or whatever, and you are not in Puebla, you are in Querétaro, right? But your home is, remember, your home is where you're born. You have your roots. Homesick. That's what we say when you miss everything about your place. Homesick. I'm homesick. Means I'm sad. I'm sad. Doesn't mean I am sick. I am sad and I am depressed because I am thinking about my family, etc. I don't know if that has happened to you. Questions? Is that happen? Has that happened to you?
Yes, teacher.
Okay. What do you feel?
Sorry?
Give me an example.
I was living in Cuernavaca and I feel homesick because people there don't talk with you like in Tasco. In Tasco, if you go out, people always say hello, good morning, good afternoon, or you find your friends, or I don't know, many people knows you,
Yes.
knows your mom, know your dad, and always says hi, say hello to your mom, say hello to your dad. And in Cuernavaca, you live just in your house and no, you go out and nobody say hello. Everybody lives alone, I think, no, just talk with their family, but not with you. It doesn't matter how many time do you live there. You live there, and they don't talk to you.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I understand. It's just saying like most of the places, especially cities, right?
Yes,
They are
they are
they are
always busy.
right. They are not too friendly in that way.
Yes.
So that's important when you feel like homesick. What about any other opinion? Anybody else wants to say something? Has somebody else experienced being homesick? No? Have you lived in a different city, let's say, Judith? Have you lived in a different city than Acapulco?
No,
No?
no, never.
Never. I have never. Okay.
I always live in Acapulco all my life.
I have always lived in Acapulco.
Teacher me.
Um, America.
When I was more young, I have an experience. I live in the Playa del Carmen, Cancun, and I feel something homesick.
Homesick?
Yes, because I now meet um anybody, and I feel this emotion.
Yeah. That's being when you are homesick, you start to miss everything. Sometimes you cry, sometimes you tell maybe your brother or your sister, your mother, right? I miss you, I want to be there, but I don't have any choice. I'm being here because they have to work.
Yes, the city is beautiful, but in the part of your hair,
Yes.
I need that. I miss something.
Yeah, I know what it means. I mean, you are physically there, but your heart is somewhere else, thinking about your family, your home. So it's kind of, you get disconnected. So that's why it's very important you feel good, you feel happy where you are. Sometimes we have the need, the necessity to be somewhere else. So we have to have the courage, we have to dare. All right,
Yes.
anybody else? Thank you, America. Um, Claudia, have you lived somewhere else besides your home now?
Okay. A long time ago, like 27 years ago, I lived in Dallas, Texas,
Oh, yes.
because I got married and we decided to live there. And I feel sad. I was homesick,
Homesick?
like, yes, like America said. It's
Yeah,
a weird experience.
Yeah, it has the same happened to me when I was there. I mean, like the first years, it was always like that. Oh, I miss the tacos. I miss the tortillas. I miss the food. I mean, something simple, right? That you have it here every day. I mean, missing tortillas. I mean, like tortillas from Mexico, or maybe missing a mango con chile. It's like something.
Yes, the avocado too, teacher.
Yeah.
It's not the same taste.
Yes. Yeah, I remember when I got to the first time to Mexico City, like was like almost more than 2 years ago. I was like, wow, I am in Mexico. I almost cried because I was in Mexico for the first time in 17 years. So, you know what I mean? It's a different experience. Wow, I am in a place full of Mexicans, of course. I am in Mexico. But it's totally different. Anyway, I don't know if anybody wants to share something. Alguien, somebody, express yourself. Like Madonna says, express yourself. No one? No, remember, whenever I ask you something, it's a good chance to practice your English and to express yourself, express your ideas, your emotions. So it's a good chance to practice. So no one else? Okay, let's continue, please. All right, we continue with lesson C. To be honest. To be honest, I miss my country. To be honest, I need to take a break. To be honest, I need a vacation, right? You know the meaning of this? To be honest, okay. Do you understand this? Everybody?
Yes.
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 There's no change in the translation, to be honest. Okay, lesson C is conversation strategy. Number 1, sounding more direct. As I mentioned before, sometimes when you are in a different country, you miss your family or friends. Sometimes, like if you're in Mexico, you hear the people talking your own language, right? Everybody speaks Spanish. But if you are, let's say, Chicago, you hear English, you hear Chinese, you hear Italian, you hear French. You say, well, I'm in a different world. So in this case, uh, that's why you feel sometimes homesick. What kind of things do people miss about home when they move abroad? Abroad means to a different country, right? Abroad. That's what we mentioned at the beginning. Make a list.
Food.
Food is something, music, right?
Friends.
Friends. What else?
Family.
Family.
Costumes.
Customs. Like Dia de Muertos is different.
Yes,
The weather.
traditions.
Traditions.
The weather.
The weather, yes, totally. That's one of the most important, especially in cold places. Well, if you come to Guerrero or somewhere else. What else? What else?
Customer.
Customs.
Custom.
Yes.
Your house or home.
Yes, your place.
Your work.
Remember when we use place?
If you are
Place
in
means
another,
your house, or your home.
if you are in another country, maybe your language, your native language.
Your language, yes. Well, in some countries, they don't speak, most of the people don't speak Spanish. But in some cities in the United States, like Chicago or LA or Texas, you hear a lot of people speaking Spanish. So Miami, maybe, any Cubans there. But the language is important. But if you go to France, think France, well, you have to understand. Same with Italy. Few people speak Spanish, but they're similar. Anyway, what else do you miss when you move abroad?
Your work. Job.
Work. You say food, music, traditions, What else?
People.
People, yes. That's what I mentioned when I got here. Remember, what the first thing I noticed, money. Because the money I was using at the time, it was different than the money I used 17 years ago. I said, really? This is the money, the Mexican money? It looked weird to me because there is just dollars, right? And dollars are bigger, a little bit bigger. Here the bills, they are like plastic. They are like plastify or something. So I miss money too. You know, like the coins. Because I am talking about many years, not just 1 year or 2 years. Anyway, listen, what would David miss if he left Brazil? It's the same experience. I think his story is similar to many people. When you move to somewhere else, to a different country. Okay, please, no books for now. Let's try to listen the audio with no books and try to understand the main topic. This is a question. What would David miss if he left Brazil? If he missed Brazil? Okay, the audio is loading.
Page 26, Lesson C. To be honest. 1. Conversation strategy. Sounding more direct. B. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil? I miss my family, of course.
Right.
But I definitely don't miss food.
I can hear. It sounds terrible.
If you went back, you'd miss lots of things about Brazil.
Oh, absolutely. Food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be, it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every challenge speaking the language. Back home would be boring, I think. I what I do.
Hang on, please. I'm trying to fix it.
No se oyó bien.
Thank you for waiting and thank you for your patience. It's just the computer. I need to restart it. So it took me like a couple minutes. So the first thing, remember the audio. So we have to continue. All right, can you see the page? Can you see the book? Yes?
Yes.
Yes,
Mm.
teacher.
Okay, yes, listen, we have a few more minutes, but we still have time. Hold on, please. Okay, here goes the audio. The audio. It's loading.
Page 26, Lesson C.
All right,
To
no
be
books,
honest. 1. Conversation strategy. Sounding more direct. B. Listen. What would David miss if he left Brazil?
So, when you're living here, do you miss home?
I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course,
Right.
but I definitely don't miss the food. I miss my family. That's about it.
So, if you went back home, would you miss lots of things about Brazil?
Oh, yeah. I'd absolutely miss the food here. Yeah. But actually, I think the biggest thing would be it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a challenge in that. You know, here, every day is a challenge speaking the language.
Uh-huh.
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I'd do.
All right. He mentioned some things that are very normal. Not normal, but they are very usual when people who lives abroad in a different country, they don't know what to do in their own country, like Mexico. So that's a little bit different. So what do you think? What would David miss if he left Brazil? If he left
Family,
Brazil,
family,
family,
food,
what else?
food,
Food, yes.
Family.
So people think that coming back to your country is kind of boring because they don't know what to do. That's their opinion, right? So it's something. Well, I disagree with that because you get used to your country, even though we are not in the United States or we are not in France or Italy. We are in our country, in our home. Of course, we don't have dollars here. We have pesos. But that's nothing to do with the lifestyle you have in Mexico. You don't work like in any part of the USA, you work like a slave. You work like 10 hours, 8 hours. Well, I haven't found any difficulty here because I know that you can do it here, you can do it anywhere. That's my motto. So for next class, it's 12:58. Let's try to finish just a couple people trying to finish to practice their reading. Okay, I need two volunteers, please. For Hilda,
Me.
Patty, Hilda,
Me.
Julio, David.
So when you're living here, do you miss home?
Oh, I don't miss too much, to be honest. I miss my family, of course.
Right.
Yes, I definitely don't miss the food. Um, I miss my family. That's about it.
So if you went back home, would you miss lot of things about Brazil?
Oh yeah, I absolutely miss the food here. Yeah, but actually, I think the biggest things would be it would be weird for me to live in a country where I knew the language already, where all I have to do is work. I just don't see a change in that. You know, here every day is changing, speaking the language.
Um,
In fact, living back home would be boring, I think. I honestly don't know what I do.
Okay. So he's mentioning some things that he would miss from Brazil, right? He's from Brazil and he's living in a different country. I think it doesn't say here, but the thing that he would miss. All right, it's 1 o'clock. We will continue next Friday. Please try to do your homework. We started this lesson C. We will continue next class with the rest. Exercises, the strategy plus, we are going to talk about of course, that's a very common word. This is just a short lesson. You don't have any exercises here. Remember, some of the lessons are larger than the other ones, are bigger than the other ones. This is short. So we will practice this to agree with something like absolutely, definitely, really, actually, certainly, honestly, in fact, to be honest, to tell you the truth. We will practice next lesson. I mean, next time. We will continue with this, but for this week, I need homework from lesson B, right? Any questions? No questions?
No, teacher.
No one.
Sure.
It's clear today. Thank you.
It's
Teacher,
clear
what is
like
the
sky.
teacher? I have a question. What is the homework?
Lesson B.
Only? Only? Lesson B?
Yes, because we haven't
I
finished.
we are going to share only the page of our book, or what we are.
It's the workbook.
Okay.
And I was told by the teacher Mario, the director,
I don't have any workbook, teacher.
the platform for the
Ah,
campus
okay.
platform is gonna be ready for Monday.
Okay.
If you have your password already, it's gonna be ready for Monday.
Okay.
Claudia, you said you don't have the workbook?
No, only the book.
Well, you should get it from the school. I mean, it's PDF too.
Okay.
Do you have the phone number from the school or teacher Maru?
Yes.
Try to contact her and send it to you through via WhatsApp or through your email.
Yes. Thank you, teacher.
So you can have it. That's very important for your homework.
Okay. The last homework was the same, right?
Yes, remember we have unit 1, 2, and we are doing unit 3.
Yes.
So you need each
I
unit.
have a lot of homework.
Yeah, 4, and unit 3. So it's four lessons, 4 homework.
Only lesson B? Only lesson B?
No, this week. If
Okay.
you haven't done homework from unit 1 and 2, you need to start doing it.
Okay.
Why? Because evaluation is coming after this unit.
Okay.
So but for the evaluation, I need all homeworks, unit 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, teacher.
We all
Thank
together,
you.
but I need them. All right.
Teacher, when is the test?
As soon as we finish, unit 3.
Okay.
I
The
guess
next
it's
Saturday, no?
no, this next one. The next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we didn't finish, we haven't started unit lesson D. So we need to finish next time lesson C and D. So it's gonna be the next Saturday after this one. All right.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys. See you next week. Have a wonderful weekend.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Thank you.
So much.
Bye.
Have a nice
Goodbye,
day.
teacher. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Good evening. Bye bye.